this. Awesome. And slideshow, play from beginning. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the AutoCAD workshop. Jan Rose, can you start the recording?
Yes, I already started it.
Oh, awesome. So this is a workshop brought together by SWE and ASME. We collaborated to kind of bring you guys a good tutorial on how to use AutoCAD, which is a 2D CADing software, which has a very specific place in the engineering world. All right. So my name is Erasmo Garcia. I'm a mechanical engineering major. I am the ASME projects chair. So my job is to organize workshops, competitions, and stuff like that for ASME. And I have an internship in my belt with TNA Solutions. They are a snack foods snack foods equipment manufacturing company. It's a little bit of a mouthful. And they dealt with AutoCAD a lot when it came to designing layouts for how they were going to be making machines or implementing their machines into different companies. It's a little bit strange, but yeah, they used AutoCAD mainly for layout design. And we also have
I'm Jan Rose Sampson. I am a computer science major, but I was formerly a mechanical engineering major. I love both, don't get me wrong. I am the SWE Community Outreach Chair. So what that means is we have events split up into two different categories, industry and community outreach, and I happen to oversee that committee. So we do a lot of social, volunteering, and outreach events, like this collaboration with ASME, who is awesome. And as for experience, I did my freshman year have a MEP internship with a local engineering firm called Sims Engineering LLC, where I was a mechanical, electrical, and plumbing intern that worked on various engineering schedules or designs. And it was specifically in HVAC systems. So I don't really use it today, but all I did was AutoCAD basically, and like some extraneous tasks around the office. And it was great. I loved my job. I just happen to love software engineering more. So yeah, that's my background.
Alrighty. So, SWE.
Yes, so who SWE are. We stimulate women to achieve full potential in careers as engineers and leaders, expanding the image of the engineering profession as a positive force in improving the quality of life and demonstrate the value of diversity. So we welcome anyone and everyone. Join our Discord server, by the way. We have events on our website. We're the Society of Women Engineers. And we actually have some people from the SWE Match program today. And so I don't want to take up too much time, but I know Maytha, our president's here. So if you want to give a brief overview of our programs, feel free.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jan Rose. And we're really excited for this collaboration with ASME. I know they've been working really hard, so I just want to give them first a really big thanks. With that being said, SWE has been expanding, and we have several different programs growing. And in fact, SWE Match is one of our main innovative programs that we are offering. So essentially, we have engineering and computer science students working together on a project, and it's really great because they're able to kind of grow their skill sets and innovate and work on tangible projects that play a huge role in general. So that's just a little bit more about SWE Match, but we have several other events and socials, and we just ultimately like to form a community and unleash members' different goals, like girls. So they're go-getter, innovator, risk-taker, and leader.
Yeah, and just to give you an overview of our other programs, we also have the LIT MP program, so Ladies in Tech Mentoring Program. Definitely sign up for that next fall. And some other programs as well. But yeah, we have our events and calendars and ways to get involved on our website, sweutd.com. So become a member and join us. It's free, so join today. And go ahead to the next slide.
Awesome. So this is, I'm part of ASME. This is our little introduction slide. So ASME has a mission statement to enhance the educational experience of mechanical engineering students at the University of Texas at Dallas by offering opportunities for hands-on experience, networking, and professional development that will assist them in achieving their future professional goals. As an organization, we are virtually hosting workshops, competitions, socials, professional development, and podcasts every now and then. We are very active in our Discord, so if you want to join our Discord, go ahead and follow the link shown on the left or right, sorry. And our upcoming events are going to be the Halloween event or the CAD or the little CAD workshop that I'm working with BMS. So that's all I have to say quickly about ASME. Thank you, and gonna move on. All right, so for our agenda, we have the AutoCAD, general AutoCAD information, AutoCAD features, AutoCAD entities, quick demonstration, and then our commission to your guys to kind of practice what we taught today. All right, so starting off with general information, it's time to learn the importance and topics related to AutoCAD. All right, so CAD, what is CAD? CAD stands for computer-aided design. It is a tool used by engineers to clearly present concepts and designs for equipment manufacturing or project planning applications. So some of the benefits to it is that it kind of negates this process of having to draw everything down physically hundreds of times with each iteration, right? So you could just quickly go back to an old version, get it back, and that's the main reason why CAD was made. Another thing is that it's growing in the field of industry, so that's why it's important to know how to do CAD if you want to work as a mechanical engineer, as a design engineer, all those types. What is that? The fact that nothing is set in stone. So I have the ability to just pull a line to where I want it, or if I want to edit some component of the design that I'm currently working on, it is very good that we have those kinds of abilities. Also, designs are designed neatly and easy to see. So sometimes when you're drawing stuff, you can add smudges or other things, and it's a work that you have to go back and edit all that stuff. So with CAD, we're able to ignore all of that, and everything is displayed exactly to the scale. Because the computer is the one making all these things. And most importantly, it looks really cool when you guys know this. Companies love to see that, different CADing softwares, because not every company works with the same CAD software, surprisingly. All right, so what are the major CADing programs? We have SolidWorks, Autodesk, Inventor, we have Autodesk AutoCAD, Autodesk Rivet, Creo Parametric, Siemens NX, some other types of CAD software. I wouldn't really call them CAD softwares, but like you got IDEs for programming like Visual Studios, Eclipse, and then if you're doing anything with electrical engineering, you got I forgot the company's name, but Multisim, which basically allows you to bring in components and make electrical diagrams and such like that. So CADing could be a very general term. When we're looking at it from a mechanical engineering standpoint, it's usually going to be SolidWorks and all these displayed on screen. So we're here today to learn about AutoCAD. What is AutoCAD? It is, put simply, a 2D CAD software, which is a very low-end software. And we call it a low end because it really has one function. But it does this function very, very well. It makes it simple, and that's why it's used in the industry. So industry uses go for layout formatting, fabrication drawing, or lightweight file transmission. So one of the problems with having 3D files is that they could be very, very intensive, especially since you have volumes, lines, and all these things. Whereas a 2D drawing, you could send as a PDF because it's just going to show the 2D cross sections of everything. Or you could, I don't know, it's a lot lighter than doing a whole 3D file, right? Also, it is very simple compared to some of the other CADing softwares. It requires a little bit more input in some aspects, but it's very that you will see today. So now we'll jump over to features, and this is going to be to create and modify 2D layouts. All right. So in this section, you're going to see a lot of words. They're just going to be describing what's shown in these sections right here. And there's just to show you the what each of the functions on top of AutoCAD are going to be. It's not going to go through all of them. It's just going through what's displayed on the screen. All right, so starting off with drawing features. All right, so we have a line, polyline, circle, arc, polygon or rectangle, depending on which one you clicked on the drop-down menu, an ellipse, and a hatch. On this section, you really need to focus on line, circle, arc, and the polygon feature. All the other ones you won't really ever use if you're using AutoCAD in the industry. These are the building blocks. You can make any shape using those four shapes. All right, modifications. You have move, rotate, trim, erase, copy, mirror, fillet, explode, stretch, scale, array, and offset. That's going to be going this way. All right, so of these, a lot of them are very important. It's a little bit strange. In a quick demonstration I'll do later, it'll make a lot of sense why you might use these. But yeah, so one thing I want to point out really quickly is that after the move, I have in little square brackets an M. And after row, these are the commands that you would type if you want to quickly get to this feature. So you don't have to memorize them. They're pretty easy to kind of guess. And the interface that you use for AutoCAD makes it pretty easy to learn how to use it. I mean, how to get to them. But yeah, usually you'll be able to just kind of start typing it and it'll show you the feature. All right, so annotations. Unlike in 3D CAD, dimensions do not affect what's drawn. So if you make a dimension from one line to another and you try to click on that dimension and say, oh, it's not 4 feet, it's supposed to be 6 feet. It will say 6 feet, but it won't scale that line up. You actually have to go back to the modifications and physically scale that up to 6 feet. So that's a weird limit on AutoCAD, but it also goes back to this program is supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be what you draw is what it makes. But yeah, it has text. So if you want to add any text, like if you have a room, you could give that room a title. Smart dimension. This will produce a dimension based on the inputs you click. You have the linear dimension over here that will make either linear, diagonal, so it'll do specific things. You have different note types like leader notes and stuff like that, and you can make a table in case you're going to make a bill of materials or something like that. So here are some of the important commands. AutoCAD is a CAD software that can be completely typed out with little to no mouse interaction. It is very possible, but it also is very, very inconvenient. It is not something you want to do because that would require you to know the exact coordinate of each point. Using a mouse in AutoCAD is a lot more convenient than not using a mouse. It's just completely possible to type everything out. So some of the important features that you want to take note of are these right here. So line, circle, arc, Control+C to make copy, Control-Shift-V to paste the block, mirror, trim, scale, dim for dimension in case you got to check something, EX for explode, M for move, rotate, extend, F3 if you want to do 2D reference. If you want to turn on auto snap, and F8 if you want to turn it into perpendicular mode. So now we're going to move into the entities. So this is going to be talking about objects and other stuff. So objects in this program are going to be described into 3 different groups. You have exploded drawings, groups, and blocks. And they all have some weird differences to them. So if you are drawing something from scratch, so if you're using the line tool or the arc tool, they will be kind of in what's called the exploded, I guess, mode. So these are just broken objects. Sure, you connected points to each other, but if you tried moving that line away from that point, it will disconnect because they're not actually connected. They're just kind of there in free space together. If you group those lines together, you'll get what's called a group. And these weakly grouped lines and shapes. So all their attributes being their color, their lengths, or everything has to be edited as a whole body. So if you grouped a line to a curve, but you wanted to turn the curve blue because you want it to show something specific, like let's just say you're making a door for an office. The arc might show the path where the door is going to open. You would have to ungroup it and then edit that arc. A more convenient way to make groups is blocks. Blocks kind of make solid objects. It's kind of weird to kind of say it without really showing what's going on. So solid objects are going to be like if we were looking at a machine, I mean a factory layout, blocks would be all the machines in there, all their small components and everything. That would all be one block showing, okay, this is this machine versus that's that machine and stuff like that. And if I wanted to go in there and edit that specific machine, well, I can open a block editor and it will give me all the information that I need to know and isolate that block that I can edit all the subsections of it. So basically, when you enter the block editor, it makes an exploded drawing of that same one. It'll make sense in the little quick demonstration. The last thing I want to talk about is layers. Layers are just different groupings of your blueprints, if you will. These could be used for building design, manufacturing, or product design. So for building, you want to think what you might imagine layers of a room might look like. You have the ventilation layer, you have electrical layouts, floor plans, room layout. For product design, you kind of want to imagine that scene in Iron Man, like the first Iron Man movie, where Tony Stark is in that cave and he's working with that other engineer, and they have like different layered drawings, but when they like stacked them on top of each other, it made the initial prototype of the Iron Man outfit. I'm not sure if you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but yeah, it's that layered kind of drawing that'll come together to make a whole piece. So that's why you would use layers. All right, so I'm going to do a quick demo of all the AutoCAD fun stuff. All right, Discord, internet. All right, so this is going to be the demo of how to open AutoCAD. So you go to the icon. I have it over here. It's AutoCAD 2021. I'm going to go ahead and launch it. It's going to take a small second depending on the type of computer you have and its processing power. But yes, this is the first step to every AutoCAD. I mean, to every CADing software, the wait. And then I'm going to go ahead and open the component catalog and just kind of show you what I got here. So this is going to be for the little assignment type deal that we got for you. So if you want to pan in AutoCAD, you press the scroll wheel, you press that down, and you're allowed to pan around. Yeah, if you press Shift and the scroll wheel, it'll allow you to rotate in all dimensions. You don't want to do that, so just go back to the top view. All right, and then if you click Control and the scroll wheel, it'll kind of move around, but in a weird way. All right, let's go back to the top over here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line. So I could either click up here and press 2 points, or I could say, all right, I want a line, and this is me just typing in L. I see down here that it says, okay, that's the line feature if you just typed L. I click enter. I could type in a specific point I want to get, 150 and I don't know, 100 for the first point. I'm going to click enter, and that's only the first point. So if I scroll over there, that should be 150 by 100. So it also says over here, specify first point, 150 by 100. So that's telling me exactly what I've done so far. And then I could either specify the length and the angle that this line is going to go, or I can click tab. I don't know. Or specify. I guess you can type it in here, but the most common way that you're going to be making lines is by giving it an initial point, a length. So I'll give 130 degrees, and that's that line. But I could also just quickly go from this point to that point. And another important thing that is awesome about this program is if you see that the point is like just plain right there, right? So I can kind of move around and it's like it turns green, but it doesn't really say anything. But if I snap right over it, now it has a little green cross over it. So now whenever I go to one of its like perpendicular lines, it'll give me a reference to it. So it'll force it to be perpendicular. And if I took that off, it's a little bit harder to specify without giving the angle. So that's really useful. And if you need to get two references, so if I wanted to get the intersection of those two lines, those 2 points right there, I just had to drag over the second one. And I could turn it off by just snapping over it again. So yeah, so there's that. So if I wanted to move something, I'll just click that. I'll select an object. So after I'm done selecting the objects, let's just select one more. I'm going to press the middle button. Oh, sorry, the left button or right button. Give me a base point, it's asking. So I'm going to click there. And here we go. I'm just going to move it around. And I'll move it there for some reason. All the other modifications are going to work similarly, where they will say, I'll just do scale. So they're going to ask for us to select an object. You're going to right click, and then say, all right, choose a base point where you want to scale from. I'm going to scale from there, and then either choose a base point or type in the scale factor. So I want it to be 5 times larger. And now if I look out, it's 5 times larger. The last thing I kind of want to demonstrate is the select feature. So in this program, selecting does not require control. Like if I wanted to select these 2 lines, I did not click control there at any point. I just click what I want. And if I want to unselect them, I'll just have to press escape. Or I could also just re-click the line. Oop, that's weird. Yeah, I'll just click escape. So if I want to trim that out there, all right. So another way to select is doing the blue selection. If I do a blue select, you see that I'm going over this line over here and that line, but I only enclose this top line completely. So it's only going to select that. Whereas if I did a green select, as long as it's in the area, it will select both. I do that simply by clicking and moving to the left, to the left, or moving to the right. So that's how you do the 2 different selections. After that, it's just really practice to learn the rest of the program. So I'm going to go back to the presentation real quick, which I closed, and go to the little assignment. All right, awesome. Click the wrong one from current slide. All right, so here's the assignment for you guys. Our client, Imposter Inc., famous for stress-inducing hard work, encouraged by their motto, the faster you work, the less people go missing, has assigned you with a project to make a new map idea for them. They want something fun, something fresh, something unique, nothing that they've created before. They want a multi-layer drawing that will specify where events are going to go, where tasks are going to go, where sabotage buttons are going to be for some reason, and where security footage is going to be taken. So currently in the Teams file, there is a Component Catalog, DWG. You want to download this and open it up on AutoCAD if you have it downloaded, and if you want to participate in this little assignment type deal. All right, so I will go over here, and you could download it via the files. I'm not sure if it's going to be down there